Okay. All right. We're now up and running. So thank you so much for joining me here today, Lisa. I appreciate you taking some time. I want to kick this off by saying we thought you had some great qualifications for this role based on your resume, which I have pulled up on the monitor in front of me. So I think it's a great place for us to start. So, Lisa, why don't you kick things off by walking me through your past working experiences, starting with the job you had most recently and then walking your way backwards.
Okay, well, I currently work for myself, and that's most of what I've done in my career as a virtual administrative assistant. Most recently, I've been getting into SEO blog writing and some graphic design and kind of some artsy things. Prior to that, most of my career has been working for multiple clients at a time, just contract jobs, temporary situations, doing every administrative thing you can think of, scheduling, keeping up with calendars, ordering supplies, being on top of the copier and the postage machine and whatever other equipment is around. Um,
Okay.
the,
So specifically, what were you doing most recently as an independent contractor? Who were you working for and what were you doing for them?
okay, well, I was working primarily for, well, I worked for a variety of people. I worked for a couple of nonprofits. The consumer quality team was one of them. And then for entertainment performers as well, doing social media marketing, um, the SEO blog writing, some web design, um, and yeah, that's the main stuff that I've been doing most recently.
Okay. Gotcha. All right. And then what were the companies you were looking for, working for specifically?
Okay, so the entertainment performers that I've worked for are adult entertainment performers, so I'm working for individuals, not like a grand company. I
Okay.
Yeah, so I this is my first interview since I've done this job since 2013, and I'm not like totally comfortable like just saying that, but that's who I've worked for is mostly adult entertainment performers.
Okay. Thank you for telling me that. What did you exactly do for them? Were you working with marketing and social media? What was some of the tasks you were completing?
Creating advertisements for them, mostly for social media, because in adult entertainment, there aren't as many like easy and right out there avenues to take to like bring in more money. So we focus mostly on social media, Twitter, Blue Sky, Reddit, TikTok. Those are the main ones that we focused on. And we created advertisements with Canva using videos and photographs and then manipulating them various ways. And I've been using a lot of Chat GPT, to be honest. I'm very excited about AI and learning what I can do with AI because I find it's not like a quick fix necessarily, but it does speed things up a lot. It helps a lot. And creating websites. I work in WordPress, specifically in Elementor. I don't know if you know about that, but um, yeah, I'm very interested in this role. I have
Okay.
found that I'm more of a worker bee
Yeah.
than like running a business has been a little difficult for me over the years. While I enjoy my work, I really want to work for somebody.
Okay. Gotcha. So what has you interested in this role, especially real estate?
Um, so that's just a happy thing. I mean, I like looking at Zillow. I love looking at real estate. I don't know why. It's just a little kind of thing that I'm interested in. Home design, TV shows, YouTube, stuff like that. Um, I will admit the most exciting thing about this role for me, aside from being in an administrative role, again in an office, is the the design aspect of it. I'm very curious about that. I would love to get involved in that.
Awesome. All right. So with that being said, let's talk about compensation. What are you looking to earn in your next role? And do you have any flexibility there?
I have flexibility. I would like to be, I know what the range is. I would like to be 50,000 or above, but I do have flexibility. Does this job include health insurance? I didn't see that.
Does include a stipend, so that is
Okay.
perfect, as well as 401k as well.
Okay, cool.
Awesome. All right. So now let's jump into one more logistic. Are you able to work in person every day?
Oh, yes.
Awesome. All right. Fantastic. I'm talking at these notes really quick.
Okay.
Awesome. All right, so now let's dive into the really important questions that have to do with this role. So this role will have to do with a lot of building systems, procedures, and processes, which will be very pivotal. So what was a system, procedure, or process that you helped build out in the past to make things more smooth and efficient at work?
Well, more recently, the recruiting of models, new models for a website. So I had to streamline the process of, you know, I made procedures that list out exactly what needs to be done and how it needs to be done, based on trial and error. Um, and what I did, what I actually physically did was make a Google Doc that the people who run the website can use to go through the recruiting process,
Okay.
make sure they
Got-
don't miss anything.
Gotcha. So what did that look like in a little bit more detail?
Okay, so there's an email that has to go out to everybody as soon as you get the response from people, or an inquiry. And then I almost want to pull it up so I can tell you exactly, but then you have to set up an interview, and then from there, we get their IDs and them holding the ID and make sure it was the person who was on the webcam session. And then
Okay.
yeah, it's a long process. It's a lot involved with what you have to do on the
Yeah.
WordPress website to get everybody set up as a user and whatnot.
Beautiful. All
Yeah.
right, so now I want to ask, how do you keep yourself organized? What do you do to really make sure that all of your projects are on time and prioritized? What tools do you use to really stay organized so nothing slips through the cracks?
Okay, so I have a Google or not, yeah, Google Workspace and Sheets spreadsheet that I made that has my to-do lists, all the
Okay,
separate ones that I have for each task or client, and then um main one. And then I use to-do lists all the time. I always have to have paper and a pen handy so that I can, write down everything everybody's saying to me and not miss anything.
got it. All right,
And I
thank you.
use my calendar as well.
Gotcha. All right, awesome, Lisa. So with that in mind, and I want to ask, for you to imagine I'm sitting down with one of your past bosses or managers, what would they say if I asked, what is one of Lisa's biggest strengths and what would be a biggest area she could improve upon? And I understand you've been working for yourself, so if you want to say a mentor or someone you really look up to or really has taught you something, what would they tell me?
The first thing that's coming to mind is know your worth. That would be a weakness.
Okay,
I need to know my worth. Strength. The first thing I'm thinking of is my attitude and my passion. I'm a very passionate person. When I get involved in something, I put my all into it.
okay, awesome. So moving forward, where would you like to see yourself in the long term here? Next 3 to 5 years, what does the most ideal situation look like for you um, as a professional?
As a professional, I mean, I am curious, and this is a question for you. The real estate license, is that because
That is not to become an agent. That is to do certain things that other people without a license wouldn't be able to have certain conversations, unlock a door in a pinch, but you'd not be doing
right,
sales.
right. So I did look into that, what other reasons I would need a real estate license. I can't see myself being a real estate agent.
Yep.
This
We're not,
job,
we're not looking for that either. So that's
yeah, this job
okay.
seems like awesome and perfect for me because I really want to just do a fantastic job and make my supervisor look good and impress, and do a good job. In 3 years, I mean, if I was still there and I was happy and the environment was good and everything, I just see myself continuing to grow within the position, but I don't know where a person can grow in the position, so it's hard to say.
Yes. So this position is looking to evolve naturally into the director of operations and having
Mhm.
people under you.
Okay.
But first, we need to build out the foundation first. That's what this job will really entail, and then from there, it's scaling and delegating the larger tasks as more and more transactions come down the pipeline.
Okay. But it would be guided by Kim folks.
Yep, exactly.
Okay. That's cool. Okay.
Yep,
That's awesome.
awesome. All right, so do you see yourself as more of a project starter or project finisher? If you can only pick one, which excites you more?
Oh, finisher, definitely.
Why'd you pick that one?
Mm, I mean, I can have ideas, but I get frustrated with ideas that don't go anywhere. So the idea of completing a task, that sounds more exciting to me.
Hmm.
Making it work. Yeah.
Okay. All right, awesome. All right, so moving right along, I now want to ask, what is your past experience with marketing? If I were to ask you all the things you've done within marketing, what are some things you can list off for me that you still feel very confident in doing?
Well, like I said before, mostly social media marketing as far as um understanding how certain sites work and what to do within those sites. Oh, I don't personally have Facebook and we didn't use Facebook in my business, but it's not something I'm worried about. I could figure that out, no problem. But um yeah, mostly social media marketing and then making graphics and coming up with using Chat GPT sometimes to help coming up with good like slogans and things to add to the posts and such.
Very cool. Okay, awesome. All right, so with that in mind, we did very, very well today. So that brings us to the end of the interview. I'm going to stop the recording right here.